Happy first team call, by the way, of 2021. Um, if you guys haven't seen, I posted an agenda for the month, and I actually have mapped out all of our team calls for the quarter and team training topics for the year. I'm like super grown up. I'm really proud of myself. But I'm excited because I really want my goal for the year, thinking more long-term vision, is for us to, at the end of this year, feel like we've actually mastered the art of coaching and mastered the things that people struggle with. And so that we don't have to keep revisiting and struggling with the same things over and over and over and over again. So that's why I've picked one big topic per month that we're going to dive into. This month is the attract, connect, invite, and follow up process. Because while that's a lot of words, really the cycle of doing that is the meat and potatoes of being successful in this business. And we can't avoid it. We can't keep struggling with it and keep try to move on. And whether you're brand new at this or whether you've been around for a while, it always goes back to, if this is the foundation of what we do as far as tactical stuff, and if we're missing this or we avoid it or we don't do it, you're going to struggle. And so I'm really excited to dive in. So today's topic is going to be kind of an overview of simplifying that. I have some brainstorming exercises that we're going to talk through together. So this is going to be more interactive rather than me just talking at you. And I want you to take notes if you can, if you're in a place where you can do that. And then we're going to have a homework assignment at the end, just one, like don't let it intimidate you, but it's to get you to take action instead of just learning. And yeah, and then so the last 3 calls after this one, we're going to pull apart. Next month or next week will just be about the attract portion. The following will just be about the connect portion. And then our last team call of the month, Katrina Scott is actually going to be our guest speaker, and she's going to come and talk to us about inviting and following up. I know she's one of my favorites. And especially on this topic, she lives just as crazy of a life as all of us. She came into this not wanting to coach, and she's extremely successful and does such a good job, and she's a mom and all that. Yeah, she totally is such a badass. So she's gonna come and talk to us about inviting and following up, which I'm really excited. So I just want to kind of map that out as far as what to expect and what this month is gonna look like. And I'm really excited about it. I will have simple slides to follow each week that I'm going to share with you after the call, along with the recording. And my goal is to have, earlier than 5 minutes before the call, a handout for you to print out or fill out as we go too, so that you're writing things down as you're learning. So first, let me share my screen. We have an agenda, like a legitimate business meeting. Isn't that cool? It's so sophisticated of us. I wanted to make sure that everyone saw this is the banner in our leadership page. Click on it. If you haven't read it, it's really helpful. Oh, sweet. Zoom changed their notifications, which I'm super excited about, because it will now, when I was sharing my screen, it used to not let me notify if someone was trying to get in. Now it does. Sorry. Okay, so really quick, if you want a reminder on our team vision and mission, it's there. Our product highlight is Beachbody On Demand. What this means is that each month I would like, my idea is, and what I'm going to do is to focus on one thing in my marketing throughout the month. So I want to learn about Beachbody On Demand. Why is it so valuable to people? What are the benefits of it? How does it compare price-wise to things out there? What are, like, who does it work really well for? What are the misconceptions? What are the objections that you get? As a team, I thought it'd be awesome if we dove into that, and then we share our resources in the pinned post. It's at the top of the page, and just sprinkle it throughout the month. Like, let's do a tour of how you access Beachbody On Demand. What are some of the misconceptions you had in the beginning? I personally was a college athlete and a CrossFit chick. I didn't think at-home workouts worked. And so I'm going to share my experience working. Now I'm a mom, how I press play at 4:45 in the morning, how the benefits of it, that kind of stuff. So I'll always have our product highlight here, our training focus for the month, and then the um, team call agenda. And then here in the corner is just more Beachbody stuff for you to know about, like what challenge packs are $20 off this month. All MBF 9-week control freak and 30-day breakaway challenge packs are on sale. We've got 10% off the 3-day refresh. And then this first month of the year, if you earn Success Club, you get Beachbody's Coach Camo Team Beachbody hat. So earning that. Okay, so our agenda for today, we're just going to go out over some shout outs really quick. Every call, we're going to start with connecting with our vision. This is very important to me because any of you who've been around for a while know that if you are not connected with why you're doing this, when it gets hard, it's not going to push you through. You're not going to push through it because you don't really know why you're doing this. It's going to be forced. So that's going to be really important. We're going to start every call with that. We're going to go into what we're learning today, homework assignment, and at the end, we're going to all share one thing we're thankful for about coaching. So this is kind of our new structure for our team calls, which I'm really excited about. Also, shout out to all of you on the call today. This is an amazing show up. I'm proud of you guys. Okay. Real quick, spotlight coaches. This is as of this morning. I know some of you are working on signing people up yesterday. So if you're not on here yet, don't worry. You will be next week. It takes like 48 hours sometimes to update. So shout out to Brooke. I think this is the first time that she's been at SC4. She's the teacher full-time too. So I'm really proud of you, Brooke. Whitley, whose coach is Whitley? Anyone know? She's in our team somewhere. Okay. Celicia, Donnell, and Courtney, way to be on the Success Club board already this morning. This month. Here are a shout out to our volume rock stars. These people are above 500 PV. So this is their personal orders and customer orders. Shout out to you guys. And then those who have enrolled coaches this month, Brooke, Carrie, and Celicia. Really proud of you guys. Okay. We're diving in to vision. The number one reason people fail is broken focus. Has anyone listened to the Way of the Warrior YouTube video, that link thing? This is one of the things that he says in there when he talks about the seven, I don't know if it's steps to greatness or seven, whatever, things of becoming great. And he says the number one reason people fail is broken focus. And I would totally agree with that. So really quickly, I want us to revisit our vision together. So I looked this up. I thought it was helpful. A vision statement focuses on tomorrow and what an organization wants to ultimately become, or what you want to become. A mission statement focuses on today and what an organization does to achieve the vision. Does that make sense? So for us, our team, our vision of where we're going tomorrow is to build a 15-star organization to go to Hawaii, founded on life transformations. This part's really important to me. The money will come, that stuff will come, but we're really building something that's grounded and founded on changing people's lives and making an impact, making people's lives better. And as we do that, we will have several team builder, team leader, premier, and elite teams formed within that because we're all growing together. Together, we're going to build the 15-star organization. As we do that, you're taking steps in your own business to build your team to whatever level that you want it to be as well. So that's where we're going tomorrow. And then our mission and how we're going to do that is to influence a transformation of mindset and body for each individual in our team towards leadership, growth, strength, solutions, overcoming hardship, an abandonment of mediocrity, and a willingness to fight for the life of our dreams. So the mission is how we achieve the vision. And I asked myself this morning as I was writing this out, if we do these things, if we influence transformation of mindset and body for each person on our team towards leadership, growth, strength, solutions, overcoming hardships, abandoning mediocrity, and a transformation of the willingness to fight for the life of each of our dreams, will we achieve this? And I totally think that we will. I really believe that we will. Okay, so I want you to take a second really quick and write out your life your life vision. What and who do you ultimately, what do you ultimately want your life to become? Who do you ultimately want to be? Ambiguous question. But think, life of your dreams, best self. Do not let Karen get in your head. I'm glad we don't have a Karen on our team yet. I'm going to have to change that, like my verbiage. But like, do not get a Debbie Downer in your head. Really think of life of your dreams, your best self, best version of you. Who are you? What does your life look like? Have a fun time dreaming here just for a minute. We're going to take about 3 minutes on this topic. And I'm going to play some really cool background music to set the mood. Okay, ready to go.
Yeah, isn't it amazing how a man can find himself alone? Calling to the darkness for an answer that he's never known. Yeah, isn't it amazing how God can take a broken man? Yeah, let him find a fortune, let him ruin it with his own two hands. And he climbs on up the hill, on the rock on which he stands. He looks back at the crowd, he looks down at his hands, and he says, I am a difference maker. Oh, I am a difference maker. Oh, I am the only one that speaks to him. I am the friendliest of friends of God. Yeah, isn't it amazing how a man can find himself alone? Calling to the darkness for an answer that is never known. Yeah, isn't it amazing how God can take a broken man? Yeah, let him find a fortune, let him ruin it with his own two hands. He walks on up the hill to the rock on which he stands. He looks back at the crowd, he looks down at his hands, and he says, I am the difference maker. Oh, I am the difference maker. Oh, I am the only one that speaks to him. And I am the friendliest of friends of God. I am on the fence about nearly everything I've seen, and I have felt the fire get put out by too much gasoline. We're all strangers passing through a place in town. Afternoon, life is but a vision in a window that we're peeking through. Helpless conversation with a man who says he cares a lot. It's a passive confrontation about who might throw a punch or not. We are all transgressors, we're all sinners, we're all astronauts. So if you're beating death, then raise your hand, but shut up if you're not. 'Cause I am the difference maker. Oh, I am the only one who speaks to him. And I am the friendliest of friends of God. I am the difference maker. Oh, I am only one who speaks to him. And I am
30 more seconds or so.
friendliest of friends of God.
Okay, so this is something that we're gonna do every single beginning of every team call, because really this is the essence of why we do this. Because if you don't know why you're doing this and why it's important to you and what you're fighting for and what's in connection with the difficult things like sending the invites and being consistent and waking up early or staying up late or whatever that means for you, then you will burn out. And vision and staying connected with that consistently is super important, and the thing that's going to motivate us to figure this out. There's so many ways to be successful as a coach. There is not one way. It is not just the way I built it or the way Liz has built it. You have to find your path, and I'm here to guide you. We're here to support each other, but at the end of the day, you have to know why you want to figure this out and what you're fighting for. So that is that. Let me share this really quick. My goodness, we're gonna have to power through this stuff. Okay, so I put in here just kind of the really quick definitions of attracting, connect, like what does it mean to attract? It means to cause to come to participate in a venture by offering something of interest, favorable conditions, or opportunities. So attracting people is just like, and we all know this, right? It's so simple. Attracting people to what you're doing. Number two, what does it mean to connect? To bring together into contact so that a real or notional link is established. You want to connect, make a real link with other people. Invite, what does that mean? Make a polite, formal, or friendly request to someone to go somewhere or to do something. We get so intimidated by inviting people, and it's literally just being nice and inviting them to do it with you. And then following up means to pursue or investigate something further. I thought that definition was pretty cool. Okay, so number one, attract. And this is where I want you guys to unmute yourself and participate. What are some ineffective, wrong ways or poor ways to attract people to your business? And this could be something that you've seen other people do that like put you off, or from their business or whatever. What are some ineffective ways to attract people to your business? Oh.
Okay, I will go. I think that approaching people with the price point, like telling them like, do this now, like it's only $160. I have seen that doesn't necessarily fit everybody. And some people are like, that's a great deal. But if you don't have what you're actually offering and you're just trying to sell them something, it's not going to work.
Totally agree. What about like super tacky marketing, being really abrasive? Now, granted, some of these work for, like you said, Jay, some of this works for some people if they're desperate enough. But I wanted to start with this because we get in our heads about all of this, about social. I'm so afraid people are going to think I'm salesy. I'm so afraid. When you think about it, you guys are having a hard time even coming up with a bad way of attracting people, a bad way of doing it.
I would say like completely cold messaging people. Like not even saying anything, just, hey, come join me in this. And I'm like, I don't even know what this is.
Right? Or who you are. I totally agree. How many of you have gotten those messages? Yeah. You would be perfect at this. And you're like, what? Who are you?
Yeah. The other thing is, if you're gonna go into somebody's inbox, because they've obviously followed you for a reason, maybe it's to sell you something, but cold messaging can be, you can enter somebody's inbox, but refer them back to your page. And if what you're showing if you don't have anything about what you're doing, that is going to be very strange. And I have seen people enter my inbox and I go to their page and I'm like, what is this? Like,
Sure.
I don't understand it. So sometimes I think cold invites can work, but you have to have like your social media look like what you're talking about. Otherwise they're going to be puzzled. So
absolutely. And to like connect with them. If you're sending them a cold invite, showing interest, I agree with both of you, because we have like, there's obnoxious people that cold invite that I just delete them. I'm like, you really don't care about me at all or know anything about me. But I agree with you, Jamie, because I've had many people who, Sierra, actually, you're listening. I know you're at work. Who I wouldn't say it was a cold invite necessarily, but we hadn't really talked much about Beachbody, and I saw that she was doing it and invited her to it, and it ended up being amazing. So there is that. I will say probably the number one thing, most ineffective way to attract people to your business is to not talk about it. It's to not put it out there, and not put it out there consistently, or only put it out there every now and then. And I don't just mean like, it's really to the whole journey. If people go to your social media, or if they just know you as a person and they don't know anything about what you're doing, that is a very poor way of attracting people to what you're doing. So we can't be frustrated if we're not talking about the transformation we have to offer, why we're passionate about it, exemplifying how we're living it, and why it's a benefit to us. And that's really, I would say, probably one of the most important things that we need to walk away with, is that we have to put something out there to attract people to what we're doing. Okay, so what are some effective ways to attract people to want to invest in what you have to offer? How do we attract people to want to be part of our challenge groups or part of our community? I'm going to start calling on you. Mm-hmm.
okay, so I think I don't want to be called on, so I'll just hop in. Showing it, I think, has been really beneficial, especially like lately what we've done in our team in this end of this year with the different groups, being able to show what the community means. I think personally too, reaching that diamond level and being invited to the leadership retreat and having access to the photos that show, because it's more than a financial standpoint. It's more than supporting your family. It's more than your own health wellness journey. Literally, it's community in a time that we don't have much of that right now. And I think that is huge.
I have to add that one thing that attracted me to start, because I've only been doing this for 2 months, is actually seeing people's results, because I knew I was in an unhealthy place and I wanted results, and seeing something new and seeing the program and watching their steps and their growth and how they were taking it made me want to do it. So like you said, documenting it, putting it out there, sharing it, that's what really got me to sign up. So why not do that? People will follow.
Love that. Absolutely. Sharing transformations, sharing what our groups are about, sharing how we show up on Zoom together, the community, consistency. Anything else that you guys have found or you've seen that maybe attracts you to a different business? Like something else that you're like, I really want to be part of that because they did this. Anything that stands out? What about authenticity? Go ahead, Sarah.
I would say joy.
So true.
I would piggyback off of Sarah, because I was just going to say that what attracted me to picking you was, I've said it before, like, what is with this girl? Like, she's so happy. I need to have that. So the joy
love
that radiates off of you, my friend, has attracted a lot of people your direction.
Thank you. Love it. I think that that's really in alignment with joy. I think that there's some people too who are nervous to be happy or joyful and right now in the world because they don't want to be fake. And I think that we all can see, and I hope that you would see. Actually, some people do think that there's no way that I'm this happy. Like, but genuinely, I try to always be real too. I think authenticity and vulnerability and being authentic with the struggle is very important because you're exemplifying to people no matter what happens to you, we still have a choice. We still have a choice how we respond. And this, like, how is this connected with Beachbody? This is what we're about. It's the foundation. It's the mindset that we're learning. It's the personal growth. It's the healthy habits. We show up when it's hard. We challenge ourselves to do things that are hard and we don't always succeed, but we still make the decision to show up and to continue moving forward and have grace for ourselves when we fall on our face, right? And it's just that continuously showing people and being that example that this is how you do life when it's hard. This is how you can find joy in the hard times. This is how we become solutions oriented versus focusing on the problem. And again, we're talking about a Beachbody business, but Beachbody is not who you are. It is a tool that we use. It is a platform that we use. It is incredible, but it's not who we are. So going back to ineffective ways of marketing, I don't think that anyone will get very far in this business if you lead with just Beachbody graphics, just the Beachbody name. I love it. It is what I do, but it's not who I am. And so you're going to attract people because of who you are, not necessarily a Beachbody logo, if that makes sense. People want to work with you. Okay, so just a couple tools really quick. On social media, this is very, very surface level and very quick, but social media, make sure that you're light, bright, positive, authentic, solutions oriented. Offer solutions to the problems that people have. Ask yourself, what are the things I struggle with? Okay, how can I be a solution for people that are struggling with the same things I am? Because my friend, you are not the only one struggling with what you're struggling with, right? Of the billions of people on the planet, other people are struggling with what you're struggling with and the situation that you are in right now. So how can you speak to those people and they become your audience? And that is how people want to come to you. You get more followers. People will share your stuff because you're valuable. It's not just that you're showing up and showing a sweaty selfie every day. You're saying, this is how this affects my life, and this is how this solves this problem. This is how Shakeology helps me when my kids don't sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not just showing a picture of your Energizer, a picture of your Shakeology, or a picture of your workout. You're saying, this is how this helps me. This is how it could help you, because people see themselves through your eyes a lot of times. That's why they watch you. And then being able to be vulnerable and share the hard, but not sharing the hard for a pity party. None of us on this team are like that. So don't worry if that's your fear, that if you are one of the people that are like, listen, I'm not sharing this for a pity party, and that's how you start, you're my people, because that's how I start things too. But don't worry, because people want to know that they're not the only one struggling. If we only talk about the good and the wins, that's how social media instigates isolation and people feeling like they're alone and they're hard. They think they're the only person that struggles, and it's not true. Other attraction besides social media, YouTube. I know I don't consider it as social media, but you start YouTube videos. If there's something that you're passionate about or that you're really gifted in, like Sarah's amazing at systems and organization. I am horrible at that. Horrible. Ask my husband. Felisa is a personal trainer. She's got that specialty. So you could do YouTube videos on how to make sure that you have correct form at home when you're doing a squat or whatever. Marissa works the night shift and has a 1-year-old. So she could do videos on how you keep your sanity and your health intact and your energy up when you're working 12-hour night shifts with the 1-year-old at home. These are the things that I do. This is how I stay awake when I'm working the night shift. This is how I stay awake during the day. This is my routine, or whatever that is. And Rochelle, you're working 2 jobs right now with a family, and you're still staying on track with investing in your health. Sierra, you're a nanny, you know, like this is, and you're going off to nursing school. Each of you have unique things that's about your story. You could start adding value by making short videos. Literally make them on your phone or make them on Zoom and upload them to YouTube. They do not have to be fancy. Once you figure it out, it's a very simple. And then start, those are easy pieces of value to share with people. And then remember that you are your walking billboard. You attract people by who you are. Become the 15-star diamond team. Become the elite coach. Become the 6-figure business earner. Become the person that's influential. Whatever your vision was, become that person, and everyone will start to see that shift in you. And you will start to get clarity on what you need to do to attract people to what you are offering. And that's especially in your attitude, your belief, and your vision. If you're constantly cutting yourself down, second guessing yourself, and not taking action, why would people want to be a part of that, right? And that's a hard truth, but it's true. I want my people, I want my daughter when she grows up, who do I want her to be? I have to take those actions first. And then get clarity on the problem that you're solving for people and the transformation that you offer them. This is huge. I learned this from Vito. Get very clear on the problem you're solving and the transformation you offer people who come to work with you. And that might be different for every single one of us, right? Who are the people that you're like, I totally got this because this is who I was. I was the person, I was the mom who had no identity, who was super depressed, eating Fritos and Snickers in her car by herself, hiding after I dropped the kids off at school. I was 50, 70 pounds overweight, and I thought I was broken because I tried all these things and they didn't work. And, you know, whatever that is for you, that is the transformation you have to offer people, because that's your transformation that you're working on, you know? It's not something you have to force. And don't overthink it. Okay, connect. Oh gosh, I gotta go through these faster. Okay, what doesn't work to connect with people? We kind of already went through this, but any other things that you want to share? What does not work to connect with people and form that real link with them?
Talking about yourself.
Talking about yourself. Totally. Oh my gosh, how many of you got that message, right? Hi, I'm doing this. This is what I am about, and I want you to support me. Very true. Talking about yourself, again, talking about sales only, is at least in my opinion. Some people do that really well.
I do want to just add really quickly that when you are new to this, all of these things may possibly happen.
Oh my
Just
gosh.
FYI.
Thank you,
You
Jamie.
may do all of that.
You
because
probably will do all of them,
This girl, I think, has done every single thing we've mentioned that does not work.
but look at, you're still here and you grew a diamond
True.
team. And this is how we learn, is failing forward.
Yes.
I did the same thing. I think that, thank you for saying that, because action matters more than anything. So don't get in your head about this. Okay, what are some good ways to connect with people? How do you, let's take Beachbody off the table. How do you effectively make friends with people?
Care about others. You put them first. You ask them questions about themselves. You want to truly connect. You don't care about the outcome on the other end. You don't care whether it turns into a sale or it turns into, you know, I don't know. This for me is like my bread and butter, because I truly 100%, I don't care who you are, what walk of life you come from. And that's what's hard for me to find my people. It's because like everyone's my people. I mean, except for mean people. but I just want to truly add something positive to someone's day every day. And if I can do that, that's a successful day for me. It doesn't necessarily need to mean 2 success club points.
Yes. And I will say, adding on to that, that the business productivity will happen when you have the heart. Someone had told me before, I think it's in the book, 6 Months to 6 Figures, which is a really good business book, by the way. And he says, if you have to have a non-financial motivator to be financially successful over the long term, which I don't know if that's like isn't really, really true, but it makes sense to me. You can't just be in business just to make money, like just to have it. You know, there has to be something that you really, really want to pour into people. You want to serve people. So I totally agree, Felisa. I think that that's really powerful. And it's why you've had so much success in this business in such a short period of time. Because when our heart is to connect with people, more than our heart is afraid of judgment, more than our heart is afraid of what people will think or if we'll do it wrong, when that overshadows the fear, you do it anyways. But when you don't have clarity on really why you're doing this, the fear will get in the way. And you'll start to go do that live video and you'll be like, I don't know what I'm doing. What the like, what are people going to think? Oh my gosh, what if I say a bad word? Like, what if I accidentally vomit all over the street? And we start going through the worst case scenario and then we don't do it. And then we don't help anyone because we're not willing to put ourselves out there. So, absolutely. Connecting with people, care about people, reach out to them, be genuine, be a kind person.
Believe that what you have to offer is special. Because I was just thinking about an example. I got a message last night from a girl that I signed up, and she's like, oh my God, I love my Shakeology. Thank you for pushing me. And I was like, oh, I didn't push you. I don't think I pushed you. Like, did I push you? And then, you know, I thought about my conversation with her just now. I was listening to you, and she already on her Instagram, I don't know her from Adam. I don't even know if we have any mutual friends, but she was already into working out. I could have just said, oh, you know, she's got her thing. We're good, whatever. And I reached out to her because I thought she'd be a good coach. And she's a nurse. So she's kind of like, yeah, maybe, but not like full time. And I'm like, okay, we'll work on that. But anyway, she ended up signing up and she didn't really necessarily want to do Shakeology. And I'm like, hey, basically comes with your bundle. And because she said already does another protein. I'm like, just try it. You don't like it, it's okay. You can just keep doing what you're doing, whatever. And she's already bought the Recover. She's, you know, and she just signed up, literally, you know, just signed up. And so like, that's another thing, is believing that what we have is actually something special. And I don't want to necessarily say better, but you have to 100% believe that what you're offering them, even in product, because I know we don't like to talk about that because it is sales to some degree, you know, but our products are the best. You know, maybe, I don't know, there might be something better somewhere, but I don't know about it. And you have to believe that, because if you don't, when you talk to people about it, they're going to sense your hesitation. So when you're connecting with someone, even if you're connecting with them genuinely, but you question what you have to offer, it's going to come across.
100%. I'm so glad that you shared that, because it's very much true. I started, you guys, and I know I've shared this with some of you. When I started, I used to tell people, I know Shakeology seems a little bit expensive. I started that way. I know Shakeology seems a little bit expensive, but I promise you, like, it's worth it and it's really amazing. And what was I doing by doing that? I'm planting seeds of doubt. Even like now, I know I don't understand how Beachbody makes money with the rigorous testing and the sourcing and the ingredients. I have no idea how they charge what they charge, how we get $30 of commission, and how they make money on it. I do not understand it. Somehow they figured it out. I think it should be more than it is. So that belief has to come first. Thank you for sharing that. And even if, like, there are other amazing products out there, there's other amazing workouts out there, nutritionists are great, but nowhere will you find our 5 elements to our approach with the nutrition, the fitness, the supplementation, the coaching support, and the community. Nowhere will you find that for the price that we have. And if you can lead with that belief, the attraction will come, the connecting will come, the invites will happen naturally, and you're going to want to follow up with everybody and their mother because you care and you know that it works. And that's really how we simplify all of this. Okay, so here are a couple just tools as reminders to participate in special interest groups. Maybe that's in person. maybe depending on where you live, like I'm getting involved in a Bible study. We have a small group. Maybe that's a mom's group or a walking group or a fitness group or a crocheting group or a sauerkraut making group. I don't know, like get involved in groups either online or in person. Follow special interest accounts on social media. That is really helpful. And those don't necessarily need to have to do with the wellness arena. Maybe it's gardening. Maybe it's Chip and Joanna. Maybe it's, I don't know, hiking and trails, or how to make your own tinctures, or night shift moms, or like things that are unique to you. Get involved and participate. That's how you connect with people that are outside of like your immediate circle. Same with hashtags. Follow and use hashtags that are different, that are who you are. Like law enforcement or military or stay-at-home mom is very ambiguous, but mom of 7 if you have 5 7 children, I don't know, but like come up with things, hashtags that are unique to you and your beliefs, your morals, your values. Those are your ideal people. Who do you want to be best friends with? What are their attributes? Follow those hashtags, and then respond to other people's Instagram stories and posts. Go on the discover page and just respond and interact with people that you align with, that align with your morals, values, beliefs, passions. Naturally they're going to gravitate towards you and what you're sharing about. And then care about what other people care about. Just like Felisa said, this is not about you. This is actually a time where you invest in other people and you just want to encourage them and make their day better. That's a beautiful part of coaching that I think we lose a lot. If you take time every day just to care about other people and make them smile, this part will become one of your favorite parts about what we do. Okay, invite. Some poor examples of ways to invite other people. We kind of talked about this, huh? Like cold messaging, not caring about them, just asking them to buy something from you. I've gotten messages from mascara people saying, hey, I'm trying to hit this business goal. Will you please buy mascara from me? And I'm like, no, it's really crap mascara anyways. And no, I try to be encouraging to them, like, no, thank you, but great job, like, good luck. What's a guaranteed way to make sure you fail in the area of inviting?
To not do it.
Not doing it.
Don't do it. If you do not invite people to what you're doing, then it's not going to work. Everyone has the idea, and I will say unrealistic expectation, that their business will grow exponentially by having people reach out to them. And I know that that's a dream. And I will say some people will reach out to you, especially if you're consistent with your passion and your mission and clarity of your vision of where you're going and what you have to offer. You will get people to reach out to you. But even 15-star diamond coaches, the top of the company, they have to reach out to other people. And we have to do that. It's a mental block when we say, I don't want to bug people. I don't want to sound salesy. Then don't bug people and don't be salesy. And just reach out to them, make connections with people. Like we talked about, the connections piece has to come first. The attraction piece and consistency on social media, if this is where you're doing your invites, that has to come first. You have to be the example first. You have to have the messaging first. But once you do the attraction and the connecting part, it's just normal to invite people to what you're doing if you, like Felisa said, believe that what we have to offer actually works and has the opportunity to change people's lives. Coaching has 100% changed my life, changed my family's life. I didn't think this was possible. The home fitness and the approach that we have to offer, I was in holistic health before and I would have been okay without it, but it would have been way more expensive, way more stressful, and I wouldn't have gotten the results that I have. I believe in this with my whole heart, and that's why I talk about it so much. I want to invite people to change their life with me. If they don't want the gift that I'm offering them, I'm not going to take that personally. That's totally fine. That's on them. The invite is you extending a hand, a gift, an invitation for people to be a part of our special community. And when you think about it that way, it's a little bit different, right? I've had people thank me for taking the time to message them. If people are watching your Instagram stories, if people are commenting on your posts and liking your posts over and over and over again, they're basically knocking at your door, asking you for an invitation, and you're being a jackass and not inviting them. Right? So it's really important that we wrap our heads around what does it mean to invite people. So what is really quickly, what is a good example of who you should and who would be a good person to invite? And I know I just talked about this. How were you invited? Maybe that worked for you. I'm not sure if anyone in here has a good example of that. I'm trying to think. And what would that sound like? Those are a lot of questions. Let me ask Sarah, if I am a follower on your Instagram account and I keep liking your watching your stories, what's a good way to invite me to what you're doing?
The one I usually use is, hey, thanks so much for the encouragement, for all the love on my posts. Have you ever thought about joining me or my next challenge group or whatever?
Perfect. So simple. And I would say, actually, yes, I've been thinking about it and I'd love to know more information, right? I'm not going to say, oh my gosh, that has really offended me that you invited me to be a part of this super cool thing that I've been watching you do for the last 3 months.
I like phrasing it that way too. Have you ever thought about joining me or doing it with me? Because then even if they say no, that's the opportunity to ask if they want more info or if they have any questions or something. You can keep the conversation going. It's not just like, no.
I love that. I love how simple it is. And you're, hold on. And you're not wasting a lot of time. Like, how many people could you invite with that invite in a short amount of time, you know? Okay, some clarity tools. It's really important that you all know what you're inviting to. Is it your community? I tend to invite to to the community more than anything, like the lifestyle more than anything. Is it a challenge group with a specific deadline? Is it coaching? Is it to your Zoom workouts? It doesn't matter what it is, but have clarity on what you're inviting to. And then I really want everyone today to type or write out, if you haven't already, an effective invite that you're going to use. Something like Sarah just mentioned is perfect, but it needs to sound like you. It shouldn't sound like me. It shouldn't sound like Sarah. It should sound like you. That is super important. And then make a goal for the number of people that you're going to invite before next week's call. And I want you to post it in our team page. And I'm going to do a homework post. I want you to post it in our team page and so that we can keep each other accountable to that. Okay, really quick on follow-up. Let's brainstorm about following up, because many people feel like they're bugging people when they send multiple follow-up messages. For you busy people, what happens when you really want something but you forget about it? If someone followed up with you, would you be annoyed or thankful? I don't know if you guys can relate to this. This happens to me all the time. Oh my gosh, I really wanted to order that. Oh my gosh, I really need to do this. I really wanted to start that. I really wanted to, and then children, right? Life happens. And so when I get a follow-up message from a company saying, hey, you left this in your cart, or hey, we're starting this, I just want to remind you, I'm so thankful, because my brain is not efficient, right? We are the only ones who are thinking about our invites in Beachbody and what we have to do consistently. Other people, it's not at the forefront of their minds yet because they haven't experienced it. So it's really important that we can consistently follow up. Okay, question for you guys. How many times do you think that we should follow up with an interested prospect? This is someone who's expressed interest. And how often should you follow up? And this isn't like a black and white answer. What would you guys say?
Never stop till they tell you to.
Yeah.
I don't care how many times I'm in. I don't care even if they don't respond after the first few. Like, I'm gonna keep following up. And then how often? Honestly, that depends on the person, the relationship. Am I my own schedule, like, you know, how many follow-ups I'm doing, or, you know, what else I've got going on.
Mhm.
But, you know, and it also depends on how interested. Like, if they were like super jazzed and like super excited, I'm probably gonna follow up with them every day for the first like week.
For sure.
But if they're just like, yeah, give me more info, and then you give them more info and they don't respond back, I usually give them a couple of days. Then I'll, you know, jump in the inbox and just say, hey, just wanted to make sure to check in with you, see if you have any questions, if there's anything I can answer for you or whatever, you know, genuinely trying to serve them and help them. And then, you know, if they don't respond again, then I usually will wait a few more days than that. But yeah, I don't wait a month or anything like that, because you got to strike while the iron's hot, because people in general, it's one of those things where you got to think about this. If it is something, if fitness and nutrition is something they're interested in doing, and they tell you they're interested, do you think you're the only one? Do you
Mhm.
think you're the only one that they've said they're interested to?
Very true.
And if you don't follow up with them, and then a week later you see a Peloton in their
Yep.
you know, living room, or, you know, they're like, oh, I just joined, I don't even know, Apple Fitness has got crap now, you know, like, do you really want to be that person that's like, oh crap, you know? So
Wise words. So research has shown that it takes 7 to 10 touch points or reminders for people to make a decision about a purchase. So expect to have to follow up with someone 10 times. Because if you expect to not have to follow up with them, you're setting yourself up for failure and disappointment. If you expect to follow up with them 10 times before they make a purchase, before they join you, then when they do join you after the third or fifth follow up, you're pleasantly surprised, right? Expectations are very important in life. So I would say that. And then I don't think that it's at the 10th point, I usually send a message if they've completely ghosted me, and I will say, hey, Gwenda, I want to make sure that I'm doing my part and following up with you, but I also don't want to be that annoying person that's filling up your inbox. If you no longer want to work together, that is totally fine. Please let me know so I can take you off my list. That's something that I would genuinely tell someone into their face. And that always works, almost like 95% of the time. And they will say, oh my gosh, thank you so much for not giving up on me. They don't say, you've been annoying me. They say, thank you so much for not giving up on me. I really appreciate you. Have no idea what's been going on in my life. I really want to do this still. Please continue to follow up. Or if they say no, you can say, no problem. Would you like me to continue to follow up with you once a month and let you know about the specials or the future programs that I'm offering? Most people will say, yes, please keep me posted. So you need a tracking system of some kind, but I'm the worst, most of you know, and I use a notebook. That's not efficient, but to have like, I'm going to follow up with these people in a month. I'm going to follow up with these people weekly, so on and so forth. Felisa made an incredible tracking system too that you can check out. I think it's in our team page, isn't it? Somewhere. Okay. Okay, so here are a couple tools for following up. Make or renew your follow-up list. If you do not have a list of people that you've talked to already about what we're doing, make it today. I know that I need to renew mine. I have like months going on. I need to refresh it. So do that today. It is so important for you to have a list of people that you've invited, even if they said no, not right now, or if they didn't respond, like follow up with those people. Choose one day a week. If you don't already have a follow-up schedule in place, choose at least one day a week that you will focus on follow-ups. Say every Monday, I'm going to follow up with everybody on my list, and I'm going to check them off, and I'm going to send them all a follow-up so that I'm doing my part. Write up a sample follow-up and what it looks like in your verbiage, such as, hey, Jamie, I wanted to check in with you. I know life's been so crazy. I'm really loving the group that we're a part of, and I know you expressed interest before. Do you still want to work together? Or if you've done a share cart for them and sent them the link, have you had a chance to check out the recommendations I put together for you? I would love to help you if you have any questions. Are you ready to get started? And try to end always with a question. Don't say, reach out to me if you have any questions. Say like, Do you have questions? When are we going to get started? When is day one for you? Because that is always helpful as well. And then I learned this from Liz, always accept the blame for not following up sooner. I am so sorry. My life has been nuts and I feel so horrible for not following up with you sooner. I've been thinking about you a lot and I'm ready. I'm really excited to help you get started. How's today? You know, do you want to jump on the phone to talk through your questions? Lead with excitement and a deadline. And this is really important. So this is going to change for everyone. But if you say like this month, I'm doing a $10 Amazon gift card for any of my new clients that sign up, or we're starting this program on this day, or the sale ends this day, or whatever. If you have a deadline, you don't always have to have one, but it is helpful. People think that they don't want to miss out. Okay, homework. This is your one. I know I put a couple things throughout this, but I want you to write out your own strategy to easily cover these 4 areas in your work days. You can do this in 30 minutes. Attract. I'm doing a social media post and I'm gonna be in my stories just about my lifestyle and how it helps me. Connect. I'm going to make as many people smile as possible for 10 minutes a day on social media or in my phone, and I'm gonna text them. Invite. I'm committed to inviting 5 people to what I'm doing, and I'm going to invite them from the attract piece that I'm doing, from my stories or my posts. Follow up. I'm going to follow up with at least 2 people a day. I'm not trying to like make this insane. I want you guys to actually do these things on a consistent basis, maybe 5 days a week, if that's doable for you. And then the bigger your goals, you have to 10x your efforts and your actions, right? So that is your homework, and I want to end really quick, and I'd love if you guys are willing to unmute yourself, or if you can't unmute yourself, share in the text box. What is one reason that you're thankful for this, for coaching? I will go first. I would never be living this life home with my kids, able to move them to wherever we wanted to move on a dime if it wasn't for coaching. It's provided me the location freedom to be with my kids, still provide for my family. Beachbody's providing for my family 100% right now, and the freedom to live anywhere. I will eternally be grateful for that I never have to leave to go to work again because of coaching.
I am thankful and grateful for this coaching opportunity because it has kept me consistent for sure. I probably would have fallen off maybe during some of these stressful times over this last year if I didn't have all of you and this business, and knowing that I had signed people up because I believe in it. And now I'm not going to stop showing up because they trusted in me. And then also the personal development. So the self-growth that has happened with me over this last year in reference to my confidence and bringing back to my faith.
For me, it's funny because I was just, I don't know. For the first time, I was actually thankful for coaching to be home with my kids. I am not a stay-at-home mom. I am that mom that likes to work. I am that mom that leaving the house is like something I need. And so I've never really wanted that, I don't know, that lifestyle, I guess is the way to put it, really. But I've always wanted to be super involved in my kids' lives. And for the first time, I was actually able, I'm going to cry about this, like to take Christmas break off with them. Like I didn't work my business as much as I usually do. And I just got to be with them. And I didn't even realize it, like how much fun I had and like how important that was to me until like it was over. So like one of the last days, I was like, oh my God, like I really got to enjoy their time off with them and be here and actually take and just have that quality one-on-one time with my kids. And I've never done that. Like I shouldn't say that. When they were babies, I was at home, but like since they've been in school, like that's not been something I've been able to do. And so for me, that was something that I enjoyed so much. Like I don't ever want to have to go back to not being able to do that.
I love that. I'm going to read Sierra's really quick. So thankful how coaching has given me an opportunity to connect with people and share my journey, encourage others, and continue to stay motivated to show up for myself and others. It has brought me back to my happy, healthy self, and I've gotten the chance to meet all of you. It's truly an honor to be a part of this amazing lifestyle. Also, Sierra has a pants problem. Her pants keep falling off because she's kicking ass so much in her workouts and her nutrition. So proud of you, Sierra. Rachel gave me the opportunity to leave a toxic work environment and to pursue something I'm passionate about while taking care of my own health. Did Rachel quit her job? Sarah? Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. That's so exciting. So happy for you, Rachel. Yay! Anyone else want to share?
I would say almost the same thing that Rachel said and kind of what Felisa said. I mean, the ability to choose how I spend my time rather than having to spend, 8 to 10 hours a day in the office working for someone else. I get to work for myself and I have more time freedom to do things I want to do, spend time with my family, volunteer with other things. It's just, it's time freedom.
Awesome. Cool, you guys. Well, thank you. I'm thankful for our community. I'm thankful for where we're going and growing together. And I'm thankful for each of you for showing up. I hope you have a wonderful day. I will get this recording up as soon as possible. And I will also share the slides in there if you guys want to see any of the bullet points and stuff. And I would love it if you post your homework. I'm going to post everything in one post. If you want to do it in the comments, that would be awesome. Love you guys. Have a great day.